BTV here, and today we're diving headfirst into the buzzing world of bees. Get ready for some serious bee facts, mind-blowing animations, and challenges that'll have you saying, "Bee serious?" We're on a mission to uncover the truth about these fuzzy little pollinators and why they're disappearing faster than a jar of honey at a kid's party. Now, before you freak out and start stockpiling honey, let me tell you this. Bees are not extinct. Phew. But here's the thing. Their numbers are dropping like a beat, and that's a big problem. We need bees, people. They're the unsung heroes of our food chain, pollinating a third of the food we eat. Without them, say goodbye to your favorite fruits, veggies, and even chocolate. So buckle up, buttercups, because we're about to explore the real reasons behind the bee decline, and more importantly, what we can do to save them. Get ready to have your minds blown wider than a beehive after a honey harvest. Imagine this. You're a bee just trying to catch some Z's in your cozy hive when bam, bulldozers, construction. Your once peaceful meadow is now a parking lot. Not cool, right? That's the harsh reality for bees all over the world. Habitat loss is a major buzzkill, with urban sprawl and agriculture gobbling up their natural homes. Forests are being cleared faster than a bee can say honeycomb, and meadows are vanishing. It's like someone took away all the pizza places in the world. Where are the bees supposed to go? They're left with fewer places to build hives, find food, and just chill out. And trust me, a stressed out bee is not a happy bee. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom. Later, we'll show you how to create bee-friendly havens in your own backyard. Okay, picture this. You're a bee buzzing along, minding your own beeswax, when suddenly, bam, you're hit with a cloud of toxic chemicals. That's pesticides for you, my friends. And they're not just bad for bugs, they're wreaking havoc on our buzzing buddies. Imagine going to an all-you-can-eat buffet, but the food is laced with invisible poison. That's what it's like for bees foraging in fields doused with pesticides. These chemicals can mess with their navigation, memory, and even their ability to reproduce. Talk about a buzzkill. Some pesticides are like bee kryptonite, causing instant death. Others are more insidious, weakening their immune systems and making them more susceptible to diseases. It's like fighting a losing battle against a silent enemy. We're talking about a chemical Armageddon for bees, and it's time to put a stop to it. We'll be dishing out some pesticide-free alternatives later in the video, so stick around and learn how to be a bee's best friend. Hold on to your honeycombs, folks, because climate change is throwing bees a real curveball. Imagine this. You're a bee, all set for spring to arrive, flowers blooming, nectar flowing. But wait, spring's gone haywire. It's freezing one day, scorching the next. Talk about a bee polar vortex. That's climate change in a nutshell, messing with temperatures, rainfall patterns, and even the timing of flower blooms. Bees rely on predictable weather patterns to know when to forage, mate, and migrate. But with climate change throwing a wrench in the works, they're becoming increasingly out of sync with nature's rhythm. It's like trying to dance the tango with a partner who keeps stepping on your toes. The delicate balance between bees and their environment is being disrupted, and it's having a ripple effect throughout the ecosystem. But fear not, eco-warriors. We'll be sharing some simple yet powerful ways you can combat climate change and help bees thrive in a changing world. Stay tuned for some climate-saving tips that'll have you buzzing with excitement. Get ready for a horror story, folks, because the microscopic world of bee parasites is straight out of a nightmare. Imagine this. You're a bee minding your own business, when suddenly tiny mites latch onto your back, sucking your blood and spreading deadly diseases. Talk about a bad case of the bee jeebies. From the dreaded varroa mite to the gut-wrenching nosema parasite, these microscopic menaces are wreaking havoc on bee colonies worldwide. They weaken bees' immune systems, deform their wings, and can even lead to colony collapse disorder, where entire hives vanish into thin air. It's like a scene from a zombie apocalypse, with parasites turning healthy bees into weak and disoriented shadows of their former selves. But don't despair, believers. There are ways to combat these parasitic pests and help bees fight back. We'll be sharing some beekeeping tips and tricks later in the video, so you can help protect these vital pollinators from the inside out. Stay tuned for some parasite-busting strategies that'll have you saying, "Be gone, bad bugs!" Hold on to your honey jars, folks, because the bee world is facing an alien invasion. Okay, not literally aliens, but close enough. We're talking about invasive species, those pesky critters that muscle their way into ecosystems where they don't belong. Imagine this. You're a bee, cruising along, looking for nectar, when suddenly you stumble upon a giant hornet. Talk about a buzzkill. That's the reality for bees facing invasive species like the Asian giant hornet. But don't worry, bee leavers. There are ways to fight back and protect our native pollinators. We'll share tips on identifying and reporting invasive species to help protect bees. Stay tuned for strategies that'll have you saying, "Buzz off, invaders." All right, folks, let's talk about farming, but not the kind with tractors and overalls. We're talking about bee-friendly farming, a sustainable approach that benefits both farmers and our buzzing buddies. Imagine this. You're a bee, buzzing over a vast field of flowers, a smorgasbord of pollen and nectar as far as the eye can see. That's the dream, right? Bee-friendly farming practices like reducing pesticide use, planting cover crops, and promoting biodiversity create a win-win situation for both farmers and bees. It's like creating a bee buffet right in the middle of a farm. These practices help support healthy bee populations, which in turn lead to increased pollination and higher crop yields. So how can you support bee-friendly farming? It's simple. Look for labels like certified bee-friendly or pollinator-friendly when you're shopping for groceries. By choosing these products, you're not only supporting farmers who are doing their part to protect bees, but you're also casting a vote for a more sustainable and bee-beautiful future. Plant a flower, save the world. Be the change. Get ready to channel your inner gardener, folks, because we're about to unleash the power of flowers. That's right. Planting flowers isn't just about making your garden look pretty, it's about creating vital food sources and habitats for our buzzing buddies. Imagine this. You're a bee, exhausted after a long day of foraging, when suddenly you stumble upon a vibrant oasis of colorful blooms in the middle of a concrete jungle. Talk about a welcome sight. By planting bee-friendly flowers in your garden, balcony, or even window boxes, you're providing bees with a much-needed lifeline. It's like setting up a chain of bee cafes right in your backyard. Choose a variety of flowers with different shapes, sizes, and blooming times to provide a continuous source of nectar and pollen throughout the seasons. From sunflowers and lavender to bee balm and coneflowers, there's a whole world of bee-autiful blooms to choose from. So grab your gardening gloves, get digging, and let's create a bee paradise one flower at a time. Chapter 8. Ditch the toxins. Be a pesticide-free zone. All right, folks, it's time to talk about those nasty chemicals lurking in our garages and garden sheds, pesticides. We know they're bad for bees, but did you know there are plenty of natural and bee-safe alternatives? Imagine this. You're a bee, flying through a cloud of toxic fumes, your senses overwhelmed, your wings feeling heavy. Not a good feeling, right? Instead of reaching for that can of chemical warfare, why not try some bee-friendly pest control methods? Things like companion planting, introducing beneficial insects, and using organic fertilizers can work wonders without harming our buzzing buddies. It's like creating a bee-safe haven right in your backyard. Remember, a healthy garden doesn't have to be a sterile one. Embrace a little biodiversity, and you'll be amazed at how nature takes care of itself. So, ditch the toxins, embrace the power of nature, and let's create a safer world for bees, one pesticide-free zone at a time. Chapter 9. Join the hive mind, support bee conservation. All right, bee leavers, we've covered a lot of ground today, from habitat loss to pesticides and invasive species. But here's the good news. It's not all doom and gloom. There are amazing organizations out there dedicated to protecting bees and their habitats, and they need our support. Imagine this. You're a bee, buzzing along, feeling hopeful about the future because you know there are humans out there fighting for your survival. That's the power of collective action. By supporting organizations like the Xerces Society, the Honeybee Conservancy, and local beekeeping associations, you're directly contributing to bee research, conservation efforts, and educational programs. It's like joining a global bee-saving squad. Every donation, every volunteer hour, every voice raised in support of bees makes a difference. So let's join the hive mind, spread the word, and show the world that we care about these vital pollinators. Be the change. So there you have it, folks, the buzz on bees. We've learned about the challenges they face, but more importantly, we've discovered that we have the power to make a difference. Remember, every little bit counts, from planting bee-friendly flowers to supporting beekeepers and spreading awareness. Let's make the world a sweeter place for bees, one bee-beautiful action at a time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends, family, and even your pet goldfish. Let's spread the bee love far and wide. Until next time, be kind, be curious, and be the change.